so our assignment is the president of a small third world country is going to visit your high school. When asked what he would like to see in the United States, he said he would like to visit an average high school and see what an average high school student in the United States does each day. The principal of the selected high school and a committee have narrowed down the choice to the following students. You are serving as committee chair. You must work through John Dewey's steps to select the individuals. So there's 5 individuals, and we have to choose one of them to be the average student for the president to follow around for a day. So the 6 steps that we have to follow, first we have to define the problem. So our problem is that we need to find out who would be the average student, correct?
Yes.
And then establish criteria. So what would you describe as an average teenager? What criteria do you think?
Not an average teenager is, I would say, not an A+ student, more like a B or
solid student.
Not the perfect overachiever in everything, doing everything.
Ability to have a conversation and talk about things and speak about things that are important to him or her.
So not overly social, but not super shy.
Not an introvert.
Right. Anything else?
Not like captain of the cheerleading, or
so not very high up, maybe just average in the middle on a team, but not captain of a team.
Right.
Okay. So we have to analyze the problem. What problems could arise when an average student meets a high school political figure? So what could happen if an average student meets him? What behavior could go wrong?
What do you think? Sean?
They might say something that they shouldn't say.
Say something inappropriate. They may not say anything at all because they're scared.
They may be so very shy. They may feel so intimidated they don't want to talk.
They might not know how to behave with such a high political figure.
They might not be themselves.
Might not be themselves. Yeah, it might be fake. Possible solutions. So I'm going to read you the list of all the students, and we'll just go along. So there's Ling Cho. He's a senior. He's an A+ student. He's in line for valedictorian. He's been accepted to Harvard and Yale. Oh, she is shy, and she's very nervous about talking to people she doesn't know. Few friends because she spends most of her time studying and already organized a schedule for the day. So I would think that's not the average teenager because she's very organized, she's very responsible. I wouldn't say the average teenager is particularly ahead of,
right.
of their game.
Well, I think the biggest issue is that she's very shy, and I think that you need somebody who can carry on a conversation. If she's very shy, that isn't going to reflect what the typical teenager would do.
Right.
So she's out. So then we have Chloe Hellman.
Stop moving.
With the computer.
She's a senior. She's captain of the drill team, a C student, active in theater, well-liked by everyone, steady boyfriend. She's going to a local college due to financial strain on her family of 8, and she plans to invite the leader to a football game. So some aspects are average, but some
I think
are
that
not.
that most of her qualities are very average. The only thing that's not is maybe being the captain. But everything else.
8 family.
I mean, I think that's a good choice because she has her strengths and she has her weaknesses, and she also sounds like she's,
But she's not
has real world problems.
She's not the highest and she's not the lowest.
But she is captain.
That's a very typical
She's
teenager.
C student, and she's well liked.
Yeah.
So I would say that's pretty average. So she's an option. Then we have Jada Williams. She's a junior. She's an AP Art. She won several local and state awards for her artwork. She's on a slow track until they discovered her dyslexia. She's considered an overachiever. She hopes to be an artist someday, and she thinks the leader might like to spend time at an art gallery or in a museum. I think her interests are different from the average teenager. Most people are not interested in artwork and history and stuff like that. What do you think?
I don't know if I agree with that they're not interested in that, but it's not the norm. Most teenagers are not into that.
Right.
If they're looking for the stereotypical teenager, those are not some of the things that stereotypical
That's not what the
teenager
average
would do.
teenager is
Yeah.
into.
And the average teenager, I wouldn't say is an overachiever.
What do you think?
I agree.
You agree?
So maybe, but maybe not.
Maybe.
We'll come back to it. So then there's Bahir Haddad, senior, a B student, active in debate, always fighting to change the school policy for the better, appears in mock trials and debates on the issues, recently suspended for 3 days after a fight due to parents' recent divorce. Plans to take him to a debate competition.
I say that's not
No,
the average
no.
teenager.
I actually think there's a lot that's typical about that teenager. I mean, he has the problems with divorce. He has that stuff. I just don't know that if a world leader wants to go to a debate for high school kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say most high school kids are willing to stand up for
Right.
a bunch of stuff. that
And
they
most of
really
them don't get suspended.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so not him. So then we
Really,
have
parents are getting divorced. A lot of kids
a
do
lot
have
of
problems.
So then we have Jacob Jones. He's a junior, a C student, regular level courses, rides a motorcycle, wears earrings, he's self-confident, he's well liked by both students and teachers, good sense of humor, started a recycling project at school that has become successful and copied by other high schools, plans to take him to a recycling center.
he sounds like
Some are
also
average, some are
very
not.
average.
Other than taking him to the recycling center, he would be a really
and
good
having a
candidate.
motorcycle.
Yeah,
The motorcycle's
he's well
kinda cool.
liked. He's not.
Good sense of humor.
He's not a top student. He's not failing.
Yeah.
I just think it's most people don't have a motorcycle and have their ears pierced.
So, what do you think that they would be able to contribute, or how they would do with a world leader?
Well, I think that their like personality is average and like what they do, but I just think that what they wouldn't.
I think the way he would behave towards a political leader would be more open and mature than some of the other people, because he's a good sense of humor, he's well liked, he's average in his grades and his courses. The only thing was just the recycling center. I don't know if a political leader would enjoy that.
Right.
So, are we debating between Jacob Jones, the one we just did,
Mm-hmm.
and
Well,
Chloe Hellman, the
Mhm.
captain of the drill team C student?
Yes.
So, out of those two, who do you think?
What do you think?
I'm torn.
me too.
I think Chloe would probably be the best candidate.
Can't
She
say.
wants to do. She has good qualities. She wants to do something that's very stereotypically teenagerish, which is going to a football game. She's got her strengths. She's got her
Yeah,
weaknesses.
I agree.
I think she's the
I
average.
think she's the person.
Okay, so we're going with Chloe Hellman. We need to suggest ways for testing or carrying out the solution. So how can we test the individuals to make sure that they're the correct person for the job?
An interview.
Interviews. An interview. Ask them how they would behave, what they would do, honestly.
Right.
Pretend that somebody's a world leader and see how they react.
Mm-hmm. Put them through like a scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lindsay, anything?
Yeah, an interview.
Interview. Anything else?
Maybe talk to her family.
Mm-hmm. Like recommendations.
Mhm. Talk to her teachers.
Follow her around for a day at school,
Mm-hmm.
like they were at the political leader.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What about any of the other people? Do you think the other people would act the same way as she would? Following, like if you followed her around for a day?
Well,
Would the other people? What do you mean if they were chosen?
I think they would all like.
How do you think Chloe Hellman acts differently around the political leader than the other students that are chosen?
Well, she's more talkative than the first one, who's shy.
The first one's very shy. She probably wouldn't talk. The president wouldn't find out a lot about life in America and an average student.
Right.
Jada Williams, she might only want to talk about her art and
Mhm.
history and stuff like that.
I think they would all like put like be a little bit more responsible and put on like a fake smile
Mm-hmm.
to try and like
Impress him.
yeah.
And Bahir Haddad, he's very active in debate and he likes to stand up for things, so he might want to talk to him about like problems in the world and how to solve them. And the president might just want to find out about life in America. And then Jacob Jones probably would act well
Mm-hmm.
for him, but we think that Chloe is a better
She's more the
candidate.
all-around typical teenager.
Mhm.
with the football and the cheerleading.
Mhm.
And,
She sees student theater, steady boyfriend.
yeah, well liked. I mean, that's just very average.
Okay. I think we're done.
Okay.